We are at the two dots, 5 lines from the top, from the bottom, sorry. 5 lines from the bottom of Mem Gimel Amud Bet. And we can't see Rosa. Let me change that.
It's okay.
It's not so good. Okay. And I'll wait a minute to get reading, but let me talk about the Mishnah, right? So the Mishnah talked about a shar that attacked a person and killed the person. The pasuk talks about this long story. And basically the halacha is that you have to kill the shar. There's a shar yisakel, and the owners die, but the owners can pay a kofer. They can pay a payment. How do you translate kofer in English? Like a ransom almost, right? I'm not sure it means exactly the same thing, but they pay something that's equivalent of their own life essentially. And so
placed it as ransom.
Ransom. Okay, so we like that word. So remember, we've discussed a few halachot about the details of this, and one was that this is only true about a shar mu'ad. Remember, as the pasuk says, a shar tam, you either don't pay at all, you pay chatzi kofer, but you certainly don't pay the regular kofer, and many other details. But the Mishnah added 2 days ago that the same is true about a ben and a bat. Now, what does a ben and a bat mean, Rosa? A son and a daughter. So what's the implication? Right, that they are minors, that even though the shar went ahead and killed a minor, you still kill the shar, and you still have to pay a kofer. So ask the Gemara today, let's get started. Tanu Rabbanan. Don't take notes, look at the Gemara. Tanu Rabbanan. Oh, this is a pasuk now. It says in Mishpatim, O ben yigach, O bat yigach. If the animal scores a son or a daughter, that tells you the chayav al ktanim ki gedolim. You're chayav for minors if an animal kills a minor, just like if it kills a mature person. Ask the Gemara, Valo dinu. Isn't it a logical conclusion? Now, din often means a kal v'chomer. This does not mean a kal v'chomer. This means just one of the principles of mamatzinu, right? Meaning just a conclusion. Because hoel v'chayav adam be'adam. If a person hurts another person, they are chayav, right? And chayav shar ba'adam. And if a shar hurts a person, the shar is chayav, and its owners have to pay. Ma kishachayav adam ba'adam lo shna ben ktanim ligdolim. Just like when a human hurts another human, right? There's no rule that if you hurt an adult, you have to pay. If you hurt a child, you don't have to pay. And we know, we're talking about killing, really. And we know that actually because the pasuk Rashi quotes here says, Ki yakeh kol nefesh adam, right? So this is the word nefesh, which implies no age limitation, no maturity, just alive. So just like by killing someone, there's no difference between a minor and an adult. So too, when you're talking about an animal killing a person, there should be no difference. Person should be non-specific. Why do you need an extra pasuk to tell you? Only if the person, even if the person's a minor. So that's one question. And furthermore, says the Gemara, the Ode, 2 lines on the bottom, kal v'chomer. In fact, it's actually a kal v'chomer. Forget about the mamatzinu. Ma adam be'adam. Now think about human killing another human. Shelo asabo ktanim ki gedolim. Right, a minor who kills is not treated like an adult who kills because a minor never is chayav from mitzvah. So if an 8-year-old kid kills somebody, we don't hold them responsible. We don't like that, but we don't we don't punish them. We don't kill them because you're a minor. You can't be chayav. So katan is not like an adult, right? But you are chayav b'ktanim ki gedolim. But if you damage a katan, even though a katan who does damage is not chayav, a katan who is damaged, the adult is chayav. So turn the page to Mem Daled Amud Aleph. Shar ba'adam. Now, when you're talking about a cow hurting a person, and by a shar, think about it. If the shar is the perpetrator, the one causing damage, she'asabo ktanim ki gedolim. Nobody ever asked. This is a fascinating question. I don't think we've thought about till now, right? What if it's a very young shar? Maybe it has not reached the age of maturity, and we should not hold the shar accountable because it didn't know better. It hasn't gone to shar school yet, right? So. Correct. It has not been bar mitzvah. Exactly. So maybe that's the case. So obviously it's not the case. Now Rashi tries to point out, what do you mean obviously it's not the case? Maybe it is the case, right? Maybe a minor shar is. So Rashi points out something very interesting. And he says that the Torah says, there's a pasuk that says shar ki valed. If a shar is born, which means that from the moment of birth, we already call it a shar. And so we don't, which is not true about all animals, right? Some animals like an eagle and a para, right? We change the name. But the point Rashi makes is that an animal is an animal from birth, which is fascinating. Unlike humans, we give leeway until they become mature. So by a shar ba'adam, shasabo ktanim ki gedolim, doesn't matter how old the shar is. If it kills someone, it's chayav. Eino din she'chayv ktanim ki gedolim. Right, so if the perpetrator is a human, they're only chayav if they're an adult, not if they're a minor. But if the victim is a minor, they're chayav by humans. So by a shar, where the perpetrator is a katan or a gadol of shar, you're still chayiv. So certainly the case should be that if you damage a person who's a katan, you should be chayiv. You don't need a pasuk. Lo, says the Gemara, lo, it's not correct, because I would say to you, im amarta adam ba'adam, it's only true by a human killing another human that you're chayiv, even if it's a katan. Shekein chayiv ba'arba dvarim. Remember that if a person hurts another person, you don't just pay damages like with the cow. You have to pay nezek, tzar, shevet, ripoy, boshet, which is 4 more than the 1, so you 5 total, but 4 extra things above the 1 that you pay, which is nezek. So tomar b'shar, you can't say it's equivalent to a shar. Shein chayiv ba'arba dvarim. So you can't say that everything that's true about an adam is true about a shar, right? Because clearly adam is chayiv on more things, and therefore Talmud Lomar. Therefore, we have a pasuk that says o ben yigach o bat yigach, which specifically adds ben ubat the chayiv al ketanim kigdolim. Now, interestingly, says the Braita, that pasuk is written by a shar muad. So ainli ella b'muad. I only know that if a shar is a muad and it kills a child that you have to pay. But bitam minayin, a shar tam, which has its own separate halachot, right? You don't pay a kofar maybe, or you certainly don't pay the full kofar. You don't pay nezek shalem, etc. So how do you know minayin? How do you know that it is also true about a katan? Says Gemara, v'halo dinu, but it's also something logical. And again, this is logical. Ho v'chayav b'ish v'isha, right? It's chayav by adult, right? Torah says by a shar tam ki yigach ish o isha, right? And you're chayav b'ben ubat. It also says you're chayav sometimes by a ben ubat. That's true by a muad. But we shall learn one from the other. Ma ki shechayav b'ish v'isha. When you are chayav by an adult, lo chalakte bo ben tam lemuad. It didn't differentiate between whether the cow that killed that adult human is a tam or a muad. So you should say the same thing. That just like when you're mechayev by ben ubat, there's no difference between a tam and a muad. So that's again logical. Just like by a adult, doesn't matter if the shar that killed you is a tam or a muad. Again, not old or young shar, a muad shar or tam shar. So too by a katan, there should be no difference. Ve'od kal v'chomer. In fact, if you think about it, it's a logically kal v'chomer. What's the kal v'chomer? The ma ish v'isha. Think about an adult. Shkin hura kochel b'nizakim. Right? An adult that damages someone, right? They are in a less favorable place because they have to pay, right? If an adult human hurts someone, they got to pay back. But even though they're in a less favorable place, or huran kochel, which is what we're calling them kal, right? They are less protected, maybe. Lo chalakte bo bein tam lemuad. We don't make a difference between whether the shar that hurts them is a tam or a muad. But by ben ubat sheyafa kochel b'nizakim, they are more powerful. They don't have to pay. They are super strong. No, they can go around damaging things and no one makes them pay because they're minors, right? If you damage them, shouldn't they be even more powerful? It doesn't matter whether the shar is a muad or a tam, you have to pay. Amrit says the Gemara that they said was a little bit crazy. Because look, you can't learn something that's kal, something that's chomer, to come out a chumrah about the thing. Meaning what you're saying is that the minor is kal because they don't have to pay damage, and therefore the shar that damages them has to pay even more. You can't learn that out from a kal v'chomer, because im hichmir b'muad, right, chamur, all you know is that the Torah said that by a muad, a shar muad, which is a chamur thing, that you have to pay whether you damage or kill a minor or an adult, right? But it doesn't tell you anything about a shar that's tam. Tachmar b'tam akal. It doesn't tell you that you can be chamor by a shar that's tam, which is more kal. The od, and further, right? You said that there's a kal v'chomer, that a adult is very kal because they have to pay, and a child doesn't even have to pay. But says that's not a good kal v'chomer either. So Rashi understands this next line. It's one thing talk about ish v'isha chayavim bin mitzvot. The reason they have to pay when they damage someone is because they're chayavim mitzvot, not because they're kal or chamor, right? Therefore, we are half the way down of Mem Daled and Aleph. Finally, the pasuk says, "O ben yigach, o bat yigach," which tells you that you're chayav by negicha, whether it's a tam, negicha, whether it's a muad. Remember, the shar is a tam or a muad. Negicha lemita and negicha lenizakim. That you're chayav if the negicha leads to death. You're chayav if the negicha leads to injury. Whether the the victim of that negicha, which is an object, I guess, is an adult or a minor. And so that is what the pasuk is coming to tell you. Okay, so that is the end of that. So again, just in time, we are at a new Mishnah on Daf Mem Daled Amud Aleph. Says the new Mishnah finally gets us to a case that we've referenced obliquely many times already and is very, very important, which is, what if the shar kills the person by mistake? Now, how do you know if the shar is killing the person by mistake, right? So one case that we've had before, which we're going to have in a second, is that the shar runs and to attack, and at the last second, what do you call it? Matador jumps out of the way, and right behind the red cloth is another person, right? And the shar kills that person. Now, assuming that's a mistake, because maybe it could smell, but let's just say it's a mistake. So as the Gemara's case, we'll get to that case in a second, but the first case is shar shahaya mitchachich bikotel. The shar is scratching up. It's not mitchach. It's rubbing up against a wall. There's a wall. There's a fence. It's not that strong. The shar is rubbing its body against it, knocks over the wall, and sadly, on the other side of the wall is sitting a person fast asleep who never wakes up from their sleep. Okay, nafal al hadam, and the person dies. So that seemingly is a case where the cow did not intend to kill the person, right? The cow wanted to knock over the wall or to rub against the wall. And a consequence of that action was that it killed the person. So what's the halacha in that case? That's one case. The next case, which is equivalent, is nitkavein laharoget habehima v'haraget ha'adam. Let's say the shar was chasing after an animal and it didn't kill the animal, but it killed a person who was standing right next to the animal. Okay? Or nitkavein, where we look Kanani v'haraget ben Yisrael. And of course, Charlie will point out that they usually change Kanani to Nachri, right?
Yep.
Because it's censored, right? So it generally means a non-Jew. They change it to Kanani because it sounds less apprehensive to the Romans or whoever is insulted by that. So the shar is going to kill a non-Jew.
Steinsaltz changed it to Goy.
Goy, okay. So anyways, so basically if a shar that's going to kill a non-Jew, which we already talked about, you don't have the same requirement of kofar, right? But and instead it killed a Jew by mistake. Again, how do you know it's a mistake? So it has to be that kind of case which I illustrated, where it's chasing and then the person steps out of the way or something like that. Or it is mitkavein laharoget nifalim v'haraget ben kayama. It's going to kill a baby who is not a viable child, who you wouldn't be chayav for killing, kid who's sick and a few days old, and instead it killed a child who was ben kayama, was already old enough to live, and therefore you're chayav mita. In all of these cases, you are patur. The owner of the shar, well, I don't know what patur means. Someone is patur. Now remember, if a shar that's a muad kills someone, you have two requirements. One is that you kill the shar, and the second is that you pay a kofar. Right now, who pays the kofar? Not the shar, right? The owner of the par, okay, the human. So that's if it's a muad. So says the Gemara, Amar Shmuel, patur mimita. When our Mishnah says that the owner of the cow is patur, it means that you don't kill the cow, but chayav b'kofar. But the owner's got to pay the damage, or not? It's not damage, right? He has to pay the kofar. And Rav says no, patur mizeh mizeh. Rav says that in fact patur means you're patur incompletely. You don't have to pay anything. Okay, you don't have to pay anything. Ask Rav Amai. But why is it the case that Shmuel says you're patur mimita and chayav in kofar hatamhu? The animal seems to be a tam. I mean, this animal presumably doesn't, I don't know, it walked up against the wall and knocked it over. That seems like a tam. So why would Shmuel say that you're patur from mita, from killing the shar, but you have, because the shar didn't do it on purpose, but you have to pay kofar? You don't pay kofar if it's a tam. Answers the Gemara, Keta Amar Rav. Remember, Rav had a case later when we talked about a shar that pays a kofar for falling on someone in a ditch, right? The shar fell into a bar and it killed a person in the bar. Right, so there we talked about paying kofar. Now, I asked the Gemara, why do you pay kofar? It's not a muad, right? And the answer was, Kedam Rav, now read inside, 6 lines on the bottom, B'muad lipal b'nei adam b'borot. In fact, a shar could be a muad. It constantly is falling into pits, right? Now, why does a shar constantly falling into pits, as we say, right? Because it sees food there. And so it's constantly doing that, in which case, you hold the owner of the shar guilty for actions that happen when the shar muad falls into the pit. It obviously doesn't fall into the pit in order to kill a person, but it falls into the pit because it's not a careful shar, and therefore you know that you have to be careful. This shar is famous for walking up and not respecting boundaries and knocking down walls that fall on people. And therefore, did it 3 times already. It's a muad. The owner has to watch it from this. If he doesn't, and the shor knocks down a wall and kills a person, our Mishnah says the owner of the shor is putter. What do they putter from? They're putter from killing the shor because the shor didn't intend to kill the person, only knocked down the wall. But you're chayav in kofer. Says where I don't get this. One second. If the shor is planning on knocking down the wall and killing a person, then the habar kitala, ihachi bar kitalo. Then the shor should be killed because it's just knocked over the wall to get to the person. Bishlama hata, I understand by the pit, right? The chaza yeruka v'nafa. I understand that a shor will fall into a pit because shors like grass. And it sees a pit of grass on the wall of the pit. You have grass growing nearby, and it bends down to eat the grass, and it falls into the pit. But why in the world would this shor knock over the wall if it wasn't intending in rage to kill a person, right? Bishlama hata the chaza yeruka v'nafa. Al-hacha my ikla meimar. Why did the shor do it if not to kill the person? And answers the Gemara. The answer that I think we've seen it before is hachanami b'mitchachech b'kotel lahanato. That the shor had no intention of killing the person. He had a scratch. He had an itch. The poor shor, right, had fleas or had an itch, and it went up to scratch itself against the wall in order to relieve its itch, and didn't want necessarily the wall to fall on the person, but the wall fell on the person and the person died. And remember, the shor's done this a few times already. Maybe he's got a bad case of fleas, right? And you've got to watch your shor. And therefore, in this case, our Mishnah is saying you're putter because since the shor did not intend to knock down the wall and only wanted to relieve its itch, the shor did not intend to hurt the person. You don't kill the shor. But because it's a mu'at to do this, you have to pay the fine according to Shmuel, not according to Rav, but according to Shmuel. Ask the Gemara, the very, very important question is, how do we know why the shor was rubbing against the wall, right? Minna yadina. How in the world do you know that was the goal of the shor? It didn't announce to you, I'm going to rub myself against this wall because I have an itch. Like, how in the world would you know? Gemara, the obvious answer, because it keeps doing it even after the wall falls down, right? The batar de nafal kamechachikbe. The shor is looking for somewhere to itch itself, to relieve itself. And after it knocks down the wall, it didn't want to knock down the wall. And you can prove it because after the wall went down, it kept trying to scratch itself on the wall, right? And so clearly the shor was not intending to knock down the wall and kill the person. It was just intending to get an object to find some relief on. And therefore you are putter according to everyone actually from killing the shor. And according to Shmuel, we turn the page, you're putter from, you're chayav according to Shmuel, you're chayav actually in kofer. According to Rav, you're putter in kofer. Ask the Gemara on the top of Daf Mem Daled on the bet. I don't understand. So what if the shor was a muad and was knocking down the wall? Akati tzrorot ninu. No matter what, why would you ever pay for what this shor did? It's considered tzrorot. Remember, tzrorot are pebbles, right? And we've learned many times before that you only have to pay, at least midoraita, in din Torah, for, well, in many, not only, but in most cases, for direct damage that an animal does. If an animal does indirect damage, you don't pay for that. If the Torah says ki yigach shor, if it's not, you don't pay, but you don't kill the shor, right? You don't pay a kofer. The shor agores, right? Goring is not the same as hitting the rock going through the window of the car crashing, and the animal and the person dying, right? That's not the same as goring. And so why don't you say you're a putter because you knocked down a wall that killed a person? You didn't kill the person directly. You knocked down the wall, but you could kati tzrorot ninu. Amar Rav Mari, Breder of Kahana, Tika'azo mine mine. Of course, it's not where you knocked down the wall and it fell 50 feet and killed the person. You basically walked on top of the wall and the wall went on the person. So the shor directly killed the person by stepping on the wall, or by, not necessarily stepping on it, by pushing the wall directly on the person. So it's not actually a secondary thing. It's direct from the effort of the shor into killing the person. So therefore, because it happened directly, not indirectly, you would be chayav for kofer according to Shmuel. So that's the opinion of Shmuel. A shor that kills a person indirectly, you don't kill the shor, but you do have to make the owner pay kofer. Tanya kavate de Shmuel. In fact, there's a braita that says exactly like Shmuel, v'tiyufte de Rav, and then against Rav. Okay, and that's why we paskin like Shmuel in this regard. And now we quote a very lengthy and interesting Tosefta from Masechet Bava Kamma. Says the Tosefta, third line from the top.
This is one of the three. We go like Shmuel, not my wrong.
I'm not so sure. Okay, maybe. It says the Gemara, the Tosefta, the third line from the top. Yesh chayav b'mita u'b'kofer. There are times where a shark kills a person and you have to pay, you punish the animal by killing it and you have to pay kofer. Yesh chayav b'kofer u'patur mimita. There are cases where in fact you pay kofer, but you're chayav, or you're patur mimita, which according to Shmuel is this case, right? The owner has to pay kofer because his cow killed someone. You don't kill the cow because the cow didn't intend to kill the person. It wanted to rub itself against the wall. The yesh, chayav mita upatur min hakofer. There's some of the opposite, where you actually are chayav to kill the animal, but you don't have to pay the kofer. Okay, I think we're going to go through all of these, right? So we're going to see this case as well. And the third case is yesh patur mizel mizeh. There are cases where even though a cow kills a person, you don't kill the cow, and you don't have to pay kofer. Haketzat, says the Braita, let us explain all of these myriad cases. Mu'ad b'chavana. If an animal is a mu'ad, so meaning it's a shar that is known to kill, right, or to cause damage, and it intentionally kills a person, we know it's angry, it's running after that person, then chayav b'mita u'b'kofer. That's the classic case. You chayav mita, you kill the shar, and you have to pay kofer to the family of the dead person. Okay? If it's a mu'ad shelo b'kavana, which is the case that Shmuel and Rav argued about in our Mishnah, so the animal is a mu'ad, but it kills a person by mistake, by scratching against the wall, or by chasing after an animal and killing a person, then chayav b'kofer, you do have to pay kofer because you killed the person, or the cow killed the person. Upatur mimita, but you don't kill the cow, and you don't kill the shar because the shar did not have kavana. If the animal's a tam, meaning it's never caused damage before, but it kills a person b'kavana, then you have to kill the shar, even the tam. Chayav b'mita upatur mikofer. Remember, you don't pay kofer if it's a tam, and so the owner doesn't have to pay. And if it's a tam shelo b'kavana, so the animal's a tam and it kills by mistake, then you don't pay anything. Patur mizeh, you don't pay kofer and you don't kill the animal. So that's directly like Shmuel, not like Rav, and we don't actually have any kind of response. Rav would tell you, of course, I argue with the Braita. Rav can argue with the Braita, but it's not so popular for Rav to do that. So we paskin like Shmuel. But continues the interesting end of this Braita, which gets to another related and interesting question, which is what about damages? This is all death, right? But what if a shar damages a person, shelo b'kavana, right? So our Mishnah is talking about if a shar kills a person. Either you pay kofer, or if it's on purpose, you don't pay kofer if it's a mistake, right? I'm sorry, you pay kofer no matter what if it's a muad. According to Shmuel, you don't kill the shar. You kill the shar if it's on purpose. You don't kill the shar if it's a mistake. So in one way, again, a shar that kills a person shelo b'kavana, not intentionally, you pay a damage, but you don't kill the shar. Okay? Now, what if the shar damaged a person shelo b'kavana? Do you compare that to not killing the shar, so you're patur, or do you compare it to paying the kofer and therefore you're chayav? So that's the question. It says the Gemara, nizakim shelo b'kavana, an animal that causes damage, not death, and does it unintentionally. It's clear. It's scratching against the wall. It's chasing after something else. Rabbi Yehuda is mechayev. Rabbi Yehuda says you got to pay damages. It's the same way you pay kofer, you pay damages. Rabbi Shimon, patur. Shimon says you don't hold the cow responsible. The same way you don't kill the cow, you don't pay damages. My time with Rabbi Yehuda, says the Gemara, what I just said. Yalef mikofro. Rabbi Yehuda says the same way you have to pay the kofer, that the owner of the cow has to pay if he kills a person, even unintentionally, you pay, ma kofro shelo b'kavana. It's just like you pay kofer, even if it's unintentional, chayav. Afa nizakin nami shelo b'kavana chayav. The same thing is true about damage. Even if it's unintentional, you have to pay. And Rabbi Shimon says, no, I compare it to killing the shar, right? Yalef miktalei the shar. You compare it to killing the shar. Ma katlei shelo b'kavana. A shar that kills again without intention, patur. You don't kill it. Af nizakin shelo b'kavana patur. You don't kill it. So you don't have to pay. Sorry. So the real question is that, remember, there's two halachot in a shar that kills shelo b'kavana. One is that the owner pays the kofer. The second is that the shar is not punished. When you just damage, which one do you compare it to? Which one would you say?
Money.
Well, it's a machlok, Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Shimon. Says the Gemara, well, what were they thinking about the other one, right? Ask the Gemara, Rabbi Yehuda nami neilch miktalei. We ask Rabbi Yehuda, why are you saying that just like you pay a kofer, you pay nezeh? Why don't you derive it from the fact that you don't kill the shar? Says Rabbi Yehuda, what Rosa I think said, done in tashlumim mi tashlumim. look, killing the shar is the life of the shar, but paying things, you got to pay the kofar, so you have to pay the damages. Ve'ein danin tashlimim mimita. Ask him Rabbi Shimon nami nilch mikofar. That's a really good question. Why does Rabbi Shimon say, oh, you don't kill the shar, so you don't have to pay? But you do have to pay a kofar, so why don't you have to pay the damages? Says Rabbi Shimon, it's a big mistake to compare it to kofar. Because danin chiyuvad deshar michiyuvad deshar. Right? We should learn the responsibilities of what the shar did from what the shar did. The chiyuv of the shar, if it kills someone, is you kill the shar. The chiyuv of the shar, if it hurts someone or hurts something, is you pay the damages. If you don't kill the shar, you don't have to pay damages. But don't learn it out from kofar. Lafuke kofar de chiyuva de balimhu. Remember that the whole idea of kofar is not that you're paying damages. It's that there's guilt. Who's kofar being paid for? The owners. Right? Remember the pasuk said, Hashar yisakel, you kill the shar, the gam ba'alav yumat. The owners deserve to die. They pay the kofar to get rid of their guilt, not for the shar. So if the shar just damages, now the owners are not going to die. You don't kill owners who shar damages. So therefore, says Rabbi Shimon, and we don't pass in this way, it seems, but says Rabbi Shimon that you should not compare this to kofar, you should compare it to mitat habshar, and since you're patur for that, you're patur for damages. So a very fascinating way to look at and think about damages of kofar. That's the end of that. Sugya, we're at the 2 dots, a third of the way down. Okay, got it? Continued the Mishnah, the next case in the Mishnah was, nitkavein laharoget habehima, v'haraget ha'adam patur. If an animal is planning to kill another animal, and instead the animal moves out of the way, or it trips on the way to killing that animal, and it kills a person, you are patur, right? The owner of the shar is patur, because it did, just like with the wall. Now, it would probably be the same machlok at Rav and Shmuel. Right? Shmuel would say you're patur from killing the shar, but the owner still has to pay kofar. Right? And Rav would argue. It says the Gemara.
Did Rav say the opposite? Or
Rav said you're patur from both.
Yeah.
Patur from both. Says the Gemara, but the implication here is that you're only patur because your shar was going to kill an animal, which you don't have to pay for, or a non-Jew, or a non-viable infant. But the implication is that if your animal was going to kill Ruvain, and on the way it tripped and killed Shimon, you're chayav. Because it was going to do something wrong anyways, you have to pay. Matnit to look Rabbi Shimon. This argues with Rabbi Shimon. There's a very big machloket about when you're killing people, which is very relevant, of course, when you kill people indiscriminately, which hopefully no one's doing. The Tanya Rabbi Shimon Omer, right? Says Rabbi Shimon, even a person who intends to shoot Ruvain, and he shoots his gun, but he's a terrible shot, and he hits Shimon who's standing next to him, you're patur. Because you're only chayav for murdering a person if you actually killed the person you intended to kill.
That's like the thing when you throw on Shabbos 3 on motive or
correct. Well, so Shabbos is a little different because Shabbos you need to have kavanah, right? Is Shabbos has its own rules, but Rabbi Shimon says the same thing is true about killing people. You have to be intending to kill the person. It's halacha, which we'll have in Makot eventually when we get there, about where you mistakenly kill, right? Your axe slips. You didn't intend to kill someone, and you killed someone. That's b'shogeg. You're not chayiv mita. You got to run to Galus maybe, but whatever. So says Rabbi Shimon, afilo nitkavein laroget tevaraget, you're patur. My time is Rabbi Shimon, the makra, because the pasuk said. Sorry, Rabbi Shimon's talking about. Sorry, I take it back. Rabbi Shimon's talking about shar. We'll get to human in a second, because the pasuk says, look, hashar yisakel v'gam ba'alav yumat, that you kill the shar that kills a person, and its owners have to die. And so we learned out that you compare kemitat ba'alim kach mitat shar. That's similar to the rules of killing a person who is chayiv mita, or the rules of killing a shar that kills a person. Ma ba'alim adim mechavin lei, just like Rabbi Shimon holds that when the ba'alim, that's only Rabbi Shimon's idea, not everyone agrees with this. Rabbi Shimon holds that when a human, an owner, kills another person, you're only chayiv if you intend to kill that specific person, not if you intend to kill a different person. Avshar nami adim mechavin lei. It has to be where you intend to kill that person. Our Mishnah does not make this distinction, right? And therefore, our Mishnah clearly disagrees with Rabbi Shimon. Ask the Gemara, the last narrow line, ubalim gufayim minol. And how does Rabbi Shimon know that that's true? This Gemara in Sanhedrin, right? How does Rabbi Shimon know that in humans, that if you try to kill one person and kill another, that you're patur? Damarkrak is the pasuk says the following: the aravlo, if you are in wait, you're trying to capture a person. The Kamma and you attack them, and it says the word them, person, aravlo, personally. It's kavein lo. It has to be a specific person. It's not that you're hiding out to kill someone. You have to be intending to kill that individual. Avrabanan who disagree and say that if you kill one person and if you intend to kill one and you kill another, you're chayiv anyways. Hayv aravlo my avdile. They say that the pasuk va'aravlo means that you have to be ready to attack an individual, and that's to exclude prat l'zarek even lego. If you just throw a grenade in the middle of a crowd, and they didn't have grenades, right? You throw a stone in the middle of a crowd and someone dies, then you're putter, right? Because you didn't know who you were killing. Now, clearly throwing this grenade, you knew someone was going to die, but you didn't know who it was going to be. It says Gemara, 1 second. I don't understand. It says the Rabbanan. Where are you putter? Ask the Gemara. When we say that you're putter, if it's the case where there's 9, a majority of non-Jews, and 1 Jew, and you threw it, and you thought, presumably, that someone in the majority would die, and you wouldn't be chayav, right? And you ended up killing the Jew, right? Then you should be putter to typically to Ruba Kananim Dinu. You're not putter because the pasuk said v'aravlo. Even if it hadn't said aravlo, I would have known you're putter because you didn't intend to kill a Jew, right? Because most of the people are Canaanim. Inami palgo, or if it's 50-50, then safek nefashot la'akel. Anyways, you'd be putter. Because remember, whenever there's a doubt, and we're talking about capital cases, we have to putter you. Though tzricha, says where you know it's a case of the following. It's the ika tisha Yisraelim ve'echad Knaani. It's a crowd, 90% Jewish and 10% non-Jewish. And you throw a stone from the top of the building, it's going to hit one random person and kill them. And you don't know who it's going to be. So you might have thought you're chayav. Of course you're chayav because the majority of people are Yisraelim. Says the pasuk, you're not chayav. Arav lo. It has to be where you intended for that person. And now why aren't you chayav? Why don't you go after the rov? Says the Gemara, the afal gav deruba Yisraelim ninu. Even though the majority are Yisraelim, there's a special halacha that we derive from this pasuk throughout all of Shas. The kivan deika chada kanani beinayu. Since there's at least one chance of a non-Jew who you would be putter for, havile kavua, and that person is fixed, meaning you know for sure that they're there. And kol kavua kamechza mechzadami. Anytime you have a kavua, you have a person that is, or a thing, or an object that is definitive, you automatically turn it to 50-50. And that's halacha we have in Sveikot all the time, right? That kol kavua, anything that's certainly there, it already makes the chances like 50-50. And when it's 50-50, safek nefashot la'akel, then all of a sudden you're patur. And so that's the chiddush of the pasuk. Well, Rav Lo is that in this specific case, if you weren't sure who you were killing, and there was a chance that it was a non-Jew, you'd be patur. And you only are chayav if you know, according to the Chachamim, that it's for sure a Jew. But according to the Chachamim, if it's for sure a Jew, it doesn't matter if you intended for this person or that person. When Rabbi Shimon, you have to have intention for that specific person. Okay.
This would apply to terrorist attacks.
I think it would. I mean, obviously, all of these rules, just remember, when we talk about killing someone, we talk about, with hatra'ah and mita and beit din and all of that. Obviously, if there's a person throwing rocks off the top of the Empire State Building, you would punish them to avoid that nuisance to the public.
Right.
It says the final Mishnah of today, what about a shar ha'isha? What about if the shar is owned by a woman? Or, we'll see what's the question, right? Or a shar yitomim. Or the shar is owned by orphans, right, who are not adults, they don't have agency. Or shar ha'apotropos, or the shar is owned by someone who is guarding it or taking care of it for yitomim, right? Now this gets to a very fascinating case, which we're going to continue discussing, I think tomorrow, about a shomer, right? Because once you start talking about giving the shar over to someone, what is the responsibility to keep watching it, right? It is tomorrow. Yeah. So, right, because let's say I give you my shar to watch, right? And you watch my shar for me very kindly, but while you're watching my shar, it kills 3 people. And then at the end of the day, you come back and say, here's your shar back. Sorry, you got to wash the blood out of the horns, right? So the question is, did I return the shar? Beit Din comes knocking on my door the next morning. They're like, we've got a warrant out for the rest of your shar, right? And the shomer says, well, I don't care. I gave it back to you, right? So clearly, we'll have to discuss that complexity. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know why I'm not so sure. Anyways, maybe it's today. So that's the third case, shar ha'apotropos, which is not a shomer. It's a apotropos, or shar hamidbar. Or now this case gets really even further away from ownership. The shar is wild. It's a wild animal, right? It's shar of the desert, and it attacks and kills a person. So now this is definitely a public nuisance. Do you have to, no one pays kofar, there's no owner. But do you kill the shar, right? Or shar hekdesh, or shar that's owned by hekdesh. Or shar shel hager, shar hager, sorry, shar that belongs to a convert who died, shemet, vein lo yorshim. So essentially it's hefker, right? If the ger's alive, then they're like any other owner. But what if they die? Remember, it's only possible with the ger who doesn't have potentially any relations, right? So no one owns this, so the shar essentially becomes hefker. So in all 6 of these cases, you kill the shar, right? Because even though you can't necessarily pay kofar in some of the cases, some you can, some you can't, but in all these cases you kill the shar. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, I disagree. Shar hamidbar, a hefker shar, and shar hekdesh, which belongs to hekdesh, and shar hager shemet, all of these peturim in hamita, lefi she'en lehem ba'alim. There's no owner. The owner's dead, or there's ownerless, or it's hekdesh, and therefore you can't kill the shar because the pasuk says you got to bring the shar and its owners to court. There's no owner, you can't fulfill the pasuk. Tana Rabbana, let's expand on this in a Braita. The Braita points out that the word shar is said shiva, is said 7 times. If you count from the beginning of the Parsha of Mishpatim, right? Of Chi Yigach Sharat Ish, which is Perek Chaf Aleph, Pasuk Chaf Chet. I have it in my Gemara. I'm not making it up. And there's 5 subsequent psukim, which everyone should know very well if they want to learn this Gemara. It says the word shor 7 times. That tells you that there are 7 goring sharim, 6 that our Mishnah said, and the 7th, which is the regular case where it's owned in a regular situation. So Shiva, Lavi, the following 6 extra cases: Shar ha'isha, Shar ha'yitomim, Shar ha'apotropis, Shar ha'midbar, Shar ha'ekdesh, and Shar ha'ger shemet, vein lo yorshim, which is exactly our Mishnah. So there's 6 extra cases. Now, the question is, what's the big chiddush, right? Not so clear what the big chiddush is, but you know, the pasuk. Anyways, Rashi says, Tosas here, sorry, says that maybe because it says Kigach ish shar, or shar ish, sorry, that you might think shar ish means specifically a man, which is very far-fetched because it says ish always by damage, it never means a man, right? But anyways, that's one case. So those are the 6 extra cases. Rabbi Yehuda says, as he said in our Mishnah, that if it's an ownerless shar, because it's a shar midbar, so it's a wild shar, or a shar hekdesh, or a shar that belongs to hekdesh, or a shar hager shemet ve'en lo yorshim, or a shar that previously belonged to a convert who died without inheritors, with yorshim, all those are peturim min hamita lefi she'en lehem ba'alim, right? There's no owner. Amar Rav Huna, now says Rav Huna, you know what? When you said Rabbi Yehuda says that you're patur if the shar doesn't have an owner, that's not only if the shar didn't have an owner when it gored. It's even if it doesn't have an owner at the time that you come to punish the shar. Meaning, let's say it's owned by a ger, and it gores, and the person dies, and then the ger dies after the fact, and the next day comes, they won't kill the shar because it has no owner now, right? Or hektish, right? Says Rav Huna, Haya Rabbi Yehuda, afilu nagach lo b'sof hikdish. Even if it gores first, and then you give it to hektish, or nagach lo b'sof hifkir, or it gores first, and then it becomes hefker, or then the ger dies, right? Mimai. Now, how do I know that? What's the proof of that? Midiktani tarti. Because our Mishnah had 2 separate cases that seem to both be cases of a hefker or ownerless shar. It said shar midbar, which means a free shar, right? An open wild shar. And it said shar ger hamet she'ein lo yorshim. Now, why do you have to say the second case? A ger who dies and has no inheritors is a hefker shar. Anyone who wants can come and take it. So why do you have to say the same case twice? Shar ger shemet ma'ninu, right? What's the case of a shar ger who died? Kiva de ein lo yorshin avle shar hefker, right? Because he has no one behind him or her, it belongs to hefker. So it's not belongs to hefker. It is hefker. Hainu shar midbar, hainu shar ger hamet ein lo yorshim. So it's the same case. Alav kamash malan. The chiddush is that it doesn't have to be hefker at the time of the injury. That's one case. The second case is even if it's not ownerless when it killed, but it becomes ownerless later because either the owner died and there's no yorshim, or the owner gave it to hektish or made it hefker. Afilo nagach lebesof hikdish. Even first it gored when it was owned, and then it became hektish. Or nagach lebesof hifkir. Shma mina that even in that case you would be pater. And Tanya Namihachi, in fact, there's a Braita that says that explicitly, and we are now at the first of the widest lines on the bottom. Yeter al kein amar Rabbi Yehuda. More than this, Rabbi Yehuda said, not only a shar that's hefker will you not kill, but afilo nagach, even if it was a shar that was owned, and it gored, ulebesof hikdish, and then you gave it over to hektish, unagach ulebesof hifkir, you'd be putter. And the reason you'd be putter, shenema, because the pasuk says, v'huad b'ba'alav v'himit. You testify in front of the owners, and then you kill the shor. If there's no owners to testify in front of, then you don't kill the shor. Says the Gemara, 1 second. Both killing the animal and starting din, the hamada b'din, standing up in din, have to be together. Says Gemara, you're saying you don't need the end of the din? You don't need the end, meaning the beginning of the din, the stand to attention has to have an owner. What if the owner dies in the middle of the case? So what, you wouldn't be chayv in that, you would be chayv in that case. Hashar yisakel gamar dinhu. When you kill the shor, it has to be the end. Elaima, what you meant to say was, ad shetehei mita, the death of the shor, the hamada b'din, and the beginning of the din, ugamar din, and the end of the din, shavim ke'achad. They have to all be the equal. Mita is not the death of the shor, mita is the death of the person, right? The shor has to be owned during all three of those times. If the shor is not owned, either because it killed as a wild shor, or it became hefker after it killed, then you don't kill the shor necessarily. And we will stop there. And tomorrow morning, we will pick it up at the Mishnah on the bottom of Daf Memdad on the bet at 7:45 a.m. And I hope everyone can join us. Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov. I presume everybody saw the news story and the photos of the Newark Penn Station.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes. It's apparently a Texas Longhorn. I don't know what it's doing in New Jersey, but it is going to spend its rest of its life in a wildlife sanctuary.
Yeah, but it won't be killed.
Yes.
It won't be killed. It didn't kill anybody.
Well, it slowed down a lot of commutes.
Slowed down a lot of commutes, and I would be afraid of those horns.
Okay, everyone, Shavua Tov.
Nobody knows where it came from.
They say they think it escaped from a slaughterhouse, but that's surprising because Texas Longhorns are not very often raised for beef anymore. They're too lean.
Wow.
Ideal for open range in Texas, where the vegetation isn't that great, but they're not. You can't cram as many of them in one place because the horns are too big, and they don't need the advantage of the when you're doing them a feedlot. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to try to figure out where he came from. Anyway, Shavua Tov.
Shavua Tov.